bit of a briefing once you arrive at the venue to be like, look, our party is trying to be safer and more inclusive of everyone, and we want to make sure that everyone feels comfortable, so let's be mindful when we're doing ID checks not to misgender anyone, and to make sure that people can feel comfortable coming up to security to say that they have an issue. Talk to your security when you first arrive at the venue to set up for the event. Give them a heads up of the sort of clientele that will be there and to be respectful, and if they have any issues to come and talk to you rather than to try and take control into their own hands. And I feel like every time I've done that, security have responded really well.
It's pretty important to be aware of like when you're playing over the course of a night, you don't want to be like going super hard if you have the first set. I mean, again, it depends on the vibe of the night, but I think it's important to know where you are relative to the other acts of the night. Before I'm playing a set, I'll try my best to get to the venue early if I can. If I can't, definitely minimum I want to see the set before mine, so that I can know like what the vibe in the venue is and what's going down well or what's not going down well, and also so I don't play the same track as someone in the set before me. Like, I'm pretty careful about that. Bring your ID if you're playing in a club. Like, I've rocked up to a club like 10 minutes before my set and not had my ID and not been let in, and had to like take 3 cabs home and back, and like was late for my set. So always bring your ID.
These places aren't meant to be scary. They're not meant to make you feel small or like you don't know anything. These spaces are there for exploration. You can go in and it's okay not to know anything in that store. That's what the store is there for. That's what listening stations are there for, so you can take that music and have a listen, see whether you like it. The people who are behind the counter, they're there, they have knowledge. Go up and ask them if you have any questions. Even if you want recommendations. It's actually, for me, working at Network at the moment, one of the best parts of my days there are when people come up and ask for recommendations, or even just have a chat to me about what they're into or what they like, and it helps me further my own knowledge, and you know, it's just facilitating a discussion between people.
Over the years, as I've found learning to make music and just learning to make mixes and all that sort of stuff through ABLETON, there's always like ebbs and flows of your kind of like curiosity. It kind of peaks, and then you just kind of do the same thing for a certain amount of time, and then you start to look into other ways to do things. But just make sure that you're always kind of like looking for new things and new ways to do things, because that's what's great about ABLETON, is it can kind of do a lot of different things, and so there's no real one. It's kind of like Photoshop. There's no real one way to do the same thing. There's like 5 different ways to do the same thing. Just stay curious with ABLETON and producing, because it makes more interesting stuff.